in this first drill, right, the sprint alley drill, right, we want to make sure we get downhill. That's the number one emphasis. Get downhill fast. Get downhill in a hurry. All right. We'll have 2 lines of DBs starting out on the hashes. All right, and we get them going downhill fast and in a hurry. Then we have these cones just to make sure we emphasize tight feet and we're not getting wide feet, right? And then we'll have a coach. Sometimes we'll have 2 donuts, but we'll have a coach with a donut, right? And he'll send it, left or right. And what happens is, right, the guy that the donut goes to, right, he makes a tackle, and the opposite guy, he plays the cutback of it all. So we end up with what we call a vice tackle situation, and making sure we got this ball leveraged both ways. But the big emphasis is going to be getting downhill and making sure our feet are tight in this drill. So we got a good example here. Both guys closing space. The guy that's on the 15-yard line, right, tight feet, and then he'll end up making the tackle. And the guy that's on the 5-yard line, right, he's end up being a cutback and vicing this thing. The next version of the drill, right, we add a little bit of an angle to it. Right, we're still working on our tracking and our body control. We still want tight feet as we go to track this thing, but now we're matching footwork, right? He's long striding, I'm long striding. He's short striding, I'm short striding, right? And I want to make sure my angle stays great the entire time. So as we go, he's big. Hips are high, long striding, right? I'm doing the same. He starts chopping it down. He starts getting low. I'm going to do the same, right? And all the way until it's time to make a big surface tackle. The next version, right? The next progression of the drill, the 4-cone drill. We're still talking about open field tackling drills. We're still talking about, our leverage and closing space and doing all those good things. But the emphasis here is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be more so on the leverage and straining to keep your leverage. So as we go through this, right, you can do this a few different ways. We have 4 cones, right? And we're going to have the DBs working outside in tackle in this picture. So the guy on the sideline got number 14. He's going to be the ball carrier. The number 32 is going to be the defender. He comes around his cone, again, outside in tackle. His feet get a little bit wide, but he's straining to keep his leverage, right? He's straining to keep this ball on his left shoulder, right? And then he finishes, and then he finishes, and then he finishes, right? Now here we have an inside-out tackle. Excuse me, same idea. Guys come around the cone, strain to keep your leverage, right? Make sure our feet don't get too wide. We get a little wide on this one, right? But he's closing space in a hurry, right? You can just see how fast he gets to that 40-yard stripe, right? As opposed to the guy running the ball, right? And then now we got a little bit of a third period and we get a big surface on this guy. We come around, we close the space, we keep our leverage, right? And then we get a big surface. So here, if we watch the middle safety, we'll see him in an open field tackle situation. Big third down, quarterback decides to take off. We're tracking this thing, we're matching footwork the whole way. We get this guy on the ground, we get off the field. Here, if we watch the boundary safety up top, number 10, all right, leverage is defined. We're closing space like a bat out of hell. And then we get a big surface tackle with bringing our hips through. You see it from the tight. Number 10, boundary safety. Leverage is defined, right? Running inside out. And we get a big surface tackle, get off the field. If we watch the boundary corner here, all right, leverage is defined. Closing space like a bat out of hell. Big surface, right? Probably like them to wrap up, but we get a big surface and we run through the tackle. So closing space, all right, after we define our leverage, and then we get a big surface on this guy and finish. We're going to watch safety number 7 up top, the field safety. So number 7, his leverage, he's cutting his ball off, right? His leverage is defined. He's cutting his ball off and turning it back. He's straining to keep his leverage. He's straining, right? And then he's matching footwork. As you can see, this running back starts getting choppy. We chop and we get a big surface on him. And we finish. Here we'll watch boundary safety number 10. He's going to keep this ball on his right shoulder. His leverage is defined. He's closed in space. Let me get a surface on him. Let me get the ball out. We'll watch the safety number 7 up top. Keep this ball on his left shoulder. Close the space. Strains to keep his leverage, right? Strains to keep his leverage. And then we get a big surface on him. Again, we're closing space. We're straining to keep it. He's challenging his leverage a little bit, right? And then we get a big surface on him. We'll watch number 10 down here. So here, right, his leverage, he should be cutting this ball off. He should keep the ball on his left shoulder in this picture, right? He loses his leverage a little bit, but he fights like hell to get back outside. And again, he's matching footwork. Matching footwork, he starts chopping, I'm chopping, right? And then we get a big surface on him. Get as much of our body on his body as possible. So here we go on this one. We're going to watch number 10 again. Up top, closes space, keeps his ball on his right shoulder. Close space after his leverage is defined. No cross face, right? He wants to cross face, that's fine. We'll get big surface on him, we'll get him on the ground.